Hi, this is Campbell from Red Seal Recruiting. I've been hiring and firing for about 20 years and looked at tens of thousands of resumes. We actually have over 100,000 resumes that we maintain and keep in touch with people as well. So definitely had lots of time to look at resumes and try and figure out what really works for employers. I'm going to walk you through here in the next few minutes what you need in a good Canadian resume. This one's a professional resume. Definitely, if you're looking for a scientific role or a specific technical role, it might be helpful to find LinkedIn profiles or resumes that are good examples. But this is a good basic resume that I'd recommend everybody have, something similar to this. Really looking for a two-page resume where you can really put across that you can do the job on the first page of the resume. So I'll walk you through the parts I think are important. Remember, resume advice is only worth what you're paying for it. So take this as a bit of a grain of salt. Make sure you put lots of work into your resume. I always recommend changing each resume for the job you're applying for as well to make sure that first page, and preferably the top of the first page, tells the person reading the resume very clearly you can do the job. Because a hiring manager might be looking at hundreds of resumes. We often see hundreds of people applying for roles. So in order for yours to get to the top, you got to be able to say what you can do right at the top of your resume. So first of all, having your very clear fonts and having your name right at the top. So Clark Kent, a fictitious person, of course, not Superman, is applying for a role as a professional recruitment manager or recruiter. So you've got your address and your phone number and your email address clearly up at the top. If you don't have an address yet, you can pick a place within a city and choose that address. You know, it might be a hotel or a place you're planning to live. It's really good to have a local address. And if you don't, tell people where you are and ask them to email you or call or text. I always recommend having a cell phone with you as much as you can, having it on, having a great clear voicemail as well. If you have an international phone number, 011 plus your country code and the rest of your phone number should be there. Within Canada, just having a 1 before your phone number is what you have, or you can even shorten it and just have it the first 3-digit area code. Objectivist skills. The big thing is you want to make sure if you've got something on the second page of the resume, you bring it up if an employer mentions it within their resume. So you should have that right within your objectives and skills. Clearly saying what you're looking for and that you're ready to work and you want to start work with in the role that your target company is posted on their job board, or if you've networked with somebody and they say this role is available, you've got that job title in that first sentence. You can put your education there. No need to put lots of information about that education unless you're not doing the type of work the company is looking for in your first couple of jobs. But it is really relevant within your education. Then you can almost keyword stuff, but if there's parts you can see within their job ad or skills or knowledge that you learned in school that you haven't done in your last couple jobs, you can pull it out and put it as part of your education there. Your professional experience, definitely put the dates, months, and years are a really great way to do it. Companies are often looking for gaps in a resume to think about reliability. We also know that lots of people leave the workforce for periods of time for illness, looking after children, any number of things. So as long as you're roughly putting in the dates, that's great. Put in some details or possibly some project sizes or achievements that you've made. Notable accomplishments in this point for a salesperson, the amount you've grown sales, or if you've managed a large team, kind of adding those numbers in really helps somebody relate to and try and conceptualize the type of work you're doing. And definitely putting 2 to 3 of the last roles. If you've got 40 years work experience in 5, 10, 15 jobs, you want to shrink it down to about the last 5 jobs, 5 roles. They're looking for stability, and something you did over 20 years ago might not be relevant. If it is relevant to the job you're applying for, you got to get creative and state this experience gained prior to 2000. That sort of thing can really help if you have it in your objectives section. Once again, we've got the notable accomplishments. And one part I always like to add is people are hiring people, right? So it's tough for anybody to relate to you if they haven't gone to the same school or lived in the same country. But one thing we can all relate to are often sports, family, and hobbies. So just having a quick line that say, you enjoy reading, public speaking, golfing, cooking, playing rugby, football, soccer, any number of things will help people relate to you. Also, it might be worth saying if you've coached, if you have a very light resume, not a lot of work experience, even putting a coaching role on your resume is important because it shows leadership. So if you have any questions, please ask them below. Really trying to help as many people as we can out. So if you've got a question about resumes, how to apply, anything, we might not get to it in the responses below, but we'll try and do another video down the road. And if you want more details on all these sections of a resume, we've got some longer series of videos that breaks down each section with objectives and why we do it. Thanks so much and good luck in your job search.